This is the true story of a woman who became the face of one of the most mind-bending surgeries in medical history and lived to tell about it. In 2008, Sherrie Walters from Baltimore was living a normal life, working, laughing, and raising a family when she noticed a persistent sore on her left ear. At first it seemed minor, but as weeks turned into months, the sore didn't heal. She visited doctors several times. Each time, she was told it was likely a skin irritation or something benign. Still, something didn't feel right. Eventually, a biopsy was performed. The diagnosis: basal cell carcinoma, skin cancer. It was aggressive, more advanced than anyone had expected. And worse, it had already spread deep into her tissues. The cancer wasn't just on the surface. It had invaded her ear, parts of her skull, and her jaw. Doctors told her the truth, plain and brutal. To save her life, they would need to remove part of her skull, her lymph nodes, part of her jaw, and her entire left ear. Sherrie was shocked. Her life had just been turned upside down by a diagnosis, and now she would lose a visible part of her identity. But she chose life. She underwent the surgery. The cancer was removed. She survived. But in the mirror, she saw someone else, someone altered, missing something. Her sense of identity, femininity, normalcy, it felt shattered. That's when she met Dr. Patrick Byrne, a facial reconstructive surgeon at Johns Hopkins Hospital. He approached her with an idea. Radical, experimental, something almost unbelievable. What if he could grow her a new ear? Not using a prosthetic or transplanting someone else's tissue. No, what if they grew a fully formed, living ear using her own cells underneath the skin of her arm? Sherrie didn't hesitate. She agreed. The process began. Surgeons removed cartilage from her ribs, her own tissue, and meticulously sculpted it into the shape of an ear. It was delicate, precise work. That ear-shaped cartilage was then surgically implanted under the skin of her forearm, and there it stayed, for months, slowly forming into something real, something human. As the weeks passed, blood vessels grew into the cartilage. The skin stretched and molded around it. The shape became clear. An ear, alive, under the skin of her arm. It looked strange, otherworldly. People stared, but Sherrie saw hope growing inside her. When the time came, the surgical team performed the next major step. In a complex operation, they removed the ear from her arm and attached it to the side of her head, exactly where her natural ear had once been. They connected tiny arteries and veins, anchoring the ear to her skull. The operation was delicate, risky, and groundbreaking. When Sherrie awoke, she reached for her face. She felt it, her ear, her own tissue, her own shape, and incredibly, she had partial feeling. It wasn't just cosmetic, it was real. News spread fast. Photos of the ear growing on her arm went viral. Some were shocked, others fascinated. Many didn't believe it, but it was all true. Sherrie Walters became the face of one of the most daring and successful regenerative surgeries in modern medicine. Her story didn't end with survival. It continued with transformation. She proved that even after cancer takes something away, science, courage, and resilience can bring part of it back. The ear on her arm wasn't just a medical miracle. It was a symbol of innovation, identity, and a second chance. Today, thanks to cases like hers, doctors are growing bones, organs, and body parts for patients around the world. And it all started with one woman, one doctor, one vision, and an ear grown from courage.